Good morning. Morning of day 3, Sunday morning. We are on South Galipo Lake. We made it to where we wanted to be. Today is a bit of a decision day. We broke the yoke on Rich's boat yesterday. So do we carry on to Louisa today, or do we get to Rents and make a decision and head back east through Harry and Welcome? So we're gonna have breakfast, get some water into us, and then we'll start discussing what the plan for the day is, which could change midday. We're headed north today, and either way we're going to Rents, and it's all brand new to us. We've never been through here, so I'm very excited. Let's get some breakfast. How did you sleep last night?
Not bad.
How sore is your body?
Pretty sore.
So it's been raining off and on for about an hour. So everything we own is fairly wet. And this is what it looks like before we pack everything up. It's just a mess.
Old Richie Poo couldn't eat breakfast this morning. Had a bit of had a big headache and feeling under the weather. So
I still have a decent headache.
yeah. What do? We're at the farthest point of the trip, so we got to keep going some way. So unless you want to go back to Clydegale.
Absolutely not.
Ryan's just doing a last little check, make sure we didn't leave anything. We're gonna grab the boats. Instead of using the whales back put in that we did yesterday, over where the guys were sleeping last night, there's a little bit of a run through the alder that we're probably gonna use. The water's nice and warm. Well, it's not raining very hard, but it's enough to get you wet. Kind of miserable, but it does appear to be clearing up to the north. And we just swung the corner from our campsite, and right at the West Galipo campsite is the start of the portage.
Step.
It's pretty flat. There we go. 85 meters, South Galipo to West Galipo. Just a quick up and over. I think it was 80 meters. Campsite wasn't too bad. Probably would have been better for rain protection and bugs. There's a nice little waterfall at the bottom here. I kind of want to fish it a little bit. I might go over and just throw a line in quick. That's the rapids from South Galipo into West Galipo. We fished in this little pool, but we didn't really see anything. No nibbles, no nothing. Pretty nice little lake.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And if you got that campsite back there on the portage, that's the only one. Like,
You did that? No. Make a hack? You want to say that? On YouTube?
all right, we are finishing West Galipo. It goes into a creek with 2 portages. I have 5, which might be a 20-meter portage, and then I think 170. But we work our way up the Galipo River, so we should be getting into the section here where we're back to back to back portages. The rain is letting up, but it's still coming down. Mist on the water. If it wasn't so chilly, it'd be beautiful.
Look at that.
Seagull? Muscle through?
No. We're grinding a little too much.
Maybe we can hop in here?
This is probably the last thing Rich wanted to do today. Walk your way up the Galipo. Based on all the scraped rocks we're seeing, I don't think there's a way to avoid this. Are you guys good now? You want to try it?
We are now on what I believe is the Galipo River, which if you've been watching any of the last couple seconds of footage, you'll see that there are sections of the Galipo River that have next to no water in them in the spring. I would imagine near the end of the summer, unless we have a very wet summer, there's probably no water in a lot of that section at all. There should be a portage right here, right? That's what I'm saying, but I just don't see any signs or anything, so.
I think we're at the next portage. Should be 180 meter, I believe. Just there's no sign. We're right at the top of this waterfall. So Ryan, we believe we've found a trail here, so he's just kind of scouting that down. But before we get too crazy here, we figured we'd scout it. There he is there. Look good? Looks good. All right, here we go. It's a trail, but it's pretty narrow. There's a garbage bag. People have been here. Probably could. Around the next bend.
Ryan and I have elected to put in at the first put in. You might be able to see through here a little bit of orange of Cozy's vest, or jacket I guess it is. We're just gonna try and see what it's like to go this route instead of hand bombing our boat around. We'll give you some video of that. Looks like a pretty good V right here. There's a rock on the right. And then I'm thinking around the left side, just because it doesn't have a massive pointy rock. I think we're just gonna get out. These are the spots I like paddling the best. There's usually nobody else around. You get to switch it up a bit with some pullovers and some turns here and there. Always feel like you got a better chance of seeing something, like a red-winged blackbird.
Oh, wow.
I know, I just saw it.
Oh.
Or a heron, or a goose, or a moose. We never see deer.
All right, so we're obviously going downstream. We could see a decent drop off, but there's a lot of beaver activity. So we don't know if it's just a beaver dam or if it's a falls. I don't see a portage. You do?
I see the bottom of the sign.
Oh, seems like every sign is ripped off. Every sign. That tree has like just a smidge of a sign on it. Like that is a huge beaver dam. It's like 12 feet high. I'm not even down at the bottom and it's over my head. That's extremely impressive.
There you go. Yep.
We're past the 75. We're onto the marshy bit before the 165, I believe. And I think we're going to be trudging through some swamp here for a bit. It might open up right here, so we might just have to get up and over. But we're going to get wet, we're going to get stinky, and hopefully no one falls in. That's not the portage. There it is.
See?
Up here, right on the right.
Hey, nice.
Unless you want to run it. Good luck in that wonky boat. All right, we're on the 175, 165 maybe. Bit of blowdown at the beginning. Pretty good trail though. Bit of an incline when you start. Some massive sign here. I don't know what that would be for. We are done the Galipo for now. We are entering Rents Lake. Okay, so we decided to stop at the first campsite we saw across the lake on Rents. Probably a nice spot to sit and have a beverage at the end of the night. We're gonna stop here. We have not had lunch yet, so we're gonna have some lunch, hydrate, and really it's decision time. So the decision's been made. We are on Rents right now. We are paddling towards Welcome. We're going to check all the campsites on the way just to see, take an inventory of who's here, who's not, what campsites are open. It is really early in the day, but the chances of people coming in on a Sunday is probably low. Sunday of a long weekend.
We are just left the site that we had lunch at on Rents, and we're headed into, is it Harry or Henry? Harry, I think. I'm gonna say we're headed into Harry, and then we're going over to Welcome, where we will portage this broken boat down a 2-kilometer portage, then I think a 275, and then a 375 back into rock to get us to the car. And then we've got a little summer project of trying to figure out how we're going to put a yoke back in this. Purchasing a new yoke will be easy, but figuring out how to put the brackets and make sure we get some brackets that are the proper strength and that we don't end up in the same situation again will be important.
So we're on the Galipo River. We're almost to Hairy Lake, and we've just been fishing this river. There's an absolute ton of suckers. We try to get some video of them underneath the boat, like big schools of suckers. None of them are biting. Haven't seen really any trout to speak of. So this would be Hairy Lake. Really nice. Nice campsite over there that's taken. North Shore. We should pass a couple campsites here. There's one right here. No one's on it. Bit of a beach. Nice. We should pass a couple more on this shore. We're basically going to be hugging the South Shore on our way to Welcome Lake. We just pulled into the last campsite on Hairy Lake. Beautiful beach, like just gorgeous beach. And I'm just waiting for these guys to catch up. We're probably 10-15 minutes back, so we got a bit of time to relax. We are entering Welcome Lake. We've been here before, not from this direction, and we are going to probably make a beeline for the campsite closest to the portage if we can. So we're starting to see a lot of people. 4, maybe 5 boats passed us when we were on the beach on Hairy. Quite a few of the campsites that we're passing. There's another one there. Almost every one of them has a canoe at it. It hasn't been raining for probably an hour and a half, at least. But it's pretty ominous. But we do have the wind at our back. So we're at the end of Welcome. There's the portage into the Galipo River. Looks like a group, a couple of youngins, is portaging out of here. Good luck, young lad. And the campsite we stayed at in the fall is not taken. So we're gonna land there and probably do our canoe shuttle plan. And then we won't really unpack because it's still fairly early in the day. And I don't want to displace anyone. So we'll just kind of sit in chairs, enjoy the glimpse of sun we just got, and hope that no one comes.
But I've had a bottle of Pepsi in my bag for a few days, brand new, unopened. You'll see it's got a bunch of cordage tied around it. The plan is I'm gonna take it over here and throw it out into the river, obviously with the cordage on it so that I can get it back. And hopefully when it's down in a little bit of deeper water, leave it there for an hour or so and hope it cools it down for a nice refreshing beverage. 2170 portage around it. Ryan and I just finished it and tucked the boat out of the way over here in the corner. We just tucked it over in the corner because we're gonna walk back, no boats, stay at the campsite tonight, and then we'll come across with just our packs tomorrow. The idea was that we could get the double carry out of the way on 2 separate days. Now we're about to head back through the woods. It'll feel like a nice stroll after doing it with the boat, and then hopefully Evan has cooked up dinner for us, and Then we'll drink 710 milliliters of amaretto.
How was dinner?
That was good. Love pulled pork.
How was dinner, Cozy?
Real good.
Magnifique.
So we had rehydrated pulled pork, rice on wraps with some sweet baby rays and some crispy onions.
And it was delicious.
We just finished up dinner and the sun is not quite down yet, but it's on its way down, so that means it's time to go check and see if this soda in the river plan made any difference to the quality or the temperature of it. Now we've got this bottle of Pepsi, which feels absolutely the same as it did before I threw it in there. Little pillow bag is cool.
You don't even use the pillow.
I have, but so much rain on the lens. And I like pina coladas. Come on, Rich. Man, I was like, that thing looks like an alligator. I was like, whatever that rock looks like an alligator. All of a sudden it started moving, and the first thing my brain was like, whoa, there's an alligator.
I love doing this, Cozy.
You love it?
I love it.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
So what do we say it was, Ryan? The Galipo River?
Yeah.
We are now on what I believe is the Galipo River.
I might try and fish the end of this. So be very, very quiet. This is basically Dan Cozy's plan.
Because I broke the boat.
Yeah. So the decision's been made.
Did we blame that on you?
I don't know.
We just did.
I don't know. Every time we brought Cozy with us, the boat gets broken. It says I have full battery again when it said I had 16%. Like.